How's it going, everyone? Moku here and back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to showcase two matches with yours truly, Topku, against Green Cell and also Goku GT. So without further ado, let's get to the video. And as I stated in my last video, you always want to see your one drop with Del. You never want to open up without her. And if you do, it's not a loss, it just feels bad. You know, you can still easily get on track to awaken. Even sometimes, depending on the matchup, you can pop marker early on turn one and play out either Khalifa or Daima. But it's, you know, player's preference. Also here, obviously, we open up with Del, play out with Del. It's very, honestly, this deck's very linear until you awaken. Once you awaken, the playstyle becomes a little different. I've seen videos where people run the SR Goku from set one, you know, to each his own. I don't think that card is good. Yes, it contests his board, but then I've seen also builds where people run the promo Vegeta for, you know, TOP, and that's where I kind of draw the line where you have to kind of set up and you're hard casting them, you know, from turn 2, turn 3, and then you're trying to set up. To be frank, a good player is not going to let you, you know, set up like that comfortably. They're usually going to address board if they can, which most likely most decks nowadays can, especially when you're playing against black. You know, times 10. Boom, you just wasted, you know, 2 turns just trying to address board, especially with the SR, because SR only KOs, 20k or less. So you're telling me you're trying to play a 2-cost Vegeta that negs 5 on active main, and, you know, it's too much setting up. But here, funny enough, didn't know what that 3-cost cell did, the 3-drop that popped, say, 2 or less and ramps. Found out, you know, that day when I was playing, so that was funny. But on that past turn, you know, played out the 3-drop Vegeta. I didn't want him to have any free combo when I decided to go in on the next turn, which is this turn. You know, it's a very underrated card. I feel like a lot of people don't run it. They're still running that, you know, Burnhan, Dukihan package. Each his own. I don't think that's good, because eventually what this deck thrives in is running a bunch of 10Ks, and even the 10Ks are useful in this deck. Usually when you're playing against Burnhan, your win condition is for them to go all in, and you just having an absurd amount of 10Ks. Sometimes when you get caught with your pants down and having at least 3 to 4 10Ks, that honestly can make a difference in this deck. So, you know, be mindful of that. Yes, you're getting a card drop, but then you're turning sideways. Again, a good player isn't going to swing at life. They're just going to keep trying to punish you and swinging at that battle card. So that's why I don't like it. I just want to awaken as fast as possible. Once I awaken, I don't care about anything being sideways no more. They want to swing at it, fine. It basically acts as a pseudo blocker in some cases. But yeah, just be mindful of running like those certain, you know, Dukihan cards. I wouldn't recommend it. You know, I even saw a video, was it earlier today? Somebody was playing against a Piccolo SH, and, you know, somehow they lost. But don't see why you should ever lose that matchup, to be honest, how, you know, aggro the deck is, but they just got greedy, you know, on trying to just get the value off the 2-drop and trying to set up. Again, that's where I saw the promo into the SR set 1 Goku. I don't think that's a good build at all, but I mean, if you like it and you like mediocrity, then sure, go ahead, play it, you know. This is just as fast as Gohan, honestly. Not as turbo-y, as you can just play out a bunch of bodies in one turn as you play the 4-drop and so on and so forth. You can do the same thing without playing the 4-drop, you know, off leader skill and tapping energy, which is pretty energy efficient. You know, it decks very, very linear. You're mainly going to tap 1 to play out, you know, the 4-drop Goku. And if you have Kefla, you're probably playing that out with Vegeta or the 3-drop Vegeta, the TOP one, this one right here. It just depends on the board state, the game state right now. So here my opponent goes on to 2, thinking that he's going to live to see 8, you know, untapped energy. But here he's just trying to set up for that. He plays out. Honestly, I don't remember which card he plays out the I guess the other 3-drop to pop and then also ramp, and it also keeps energy open. Again, don't see, you know, how he thought he was gonna live with this board. At this point, he's just trying to clear board, you know, make it easier for him to survive for next turn. But again, him having a few bricks in hand makes that very hard, just because he has to leave energy open to try to survive a deck that just goes wide. And then already at 2 with the red, I mean, even if you're not playing ready or so, you should already know not to go down two with how energy efficient now the new double strike can be, especially with this deck. Like this deck thrives at 5 because you can just tap one, play out whatever you're gonna play, and then also play out whatever on the SCR. If you have a 10k TOP, you can just play the Kaba and just grab it back for free, or Videl if you want to take live, or so on and so forth, right? So it's very dangerous to play this deck at 5 and be at 2 if you're, playing against it, because if you're playing against a good player, you're pretty much going to lose. So here I'm just swinging at face, just taking cards out of his hand. Again, he's at 2 already. He has no choice, because if he takes it, then it just becomes easier. I don't necessarily have to go into 2. I can just go for a split, right? But no need to, because he protects all these swings. Play this out to draw and everything like that, just to push face. But he decides to block everything and then just play SCR and just goes for an absurd, not a certain number. I think goes for like 120 or something like that. But yeah, this deck is very, very aggro. I mean, there's no reason why you should be losing any matchup to the green when it's a ramp deck. Aggro is a different story. I do have a IRL match with Namiku, SBO2 Namiku, and it's very 50-50, to be honest, depending on who's piloting it. The deck is just cracked by itself, but if you're playing against the right player, it's, I want to say 60-40, just because the amount of early pressure they could put out with the dual swing. But yeah, this is a cell matchup. It shouldn't be in the uphill battle for you. It should be a pretty easy matchup. So now that this is done, let's hop on to the GT matchup and see how that. For our second matchup here, we have Goku GT. And I just do want to add is that, yes, Black got some new cards that are very, very strong. But I want to say that the people that play, Black, forget that this color can be very versatile. The fact that they can go into just aggro so early in the game, and I'm not talking about the new cards, I'm just talking about 3-drop Bardock, 2-drop Glorio, and even times 10 that basically removes 2-3 cost battle cards from energy marker, which this color does like drawing now because the amount of support they have, right? But it's just, as you see here, right? So for me, I'm very kind of predicting this play. What he's going to do? I would assume that he kept the hand. He already had what he needed, which was the 3-drop, technically 5-drop GT and 5-drop Bardock, right? So cool, So I was just kept the hand because I saw it's over, So at this point, I'm just trying to position myself so when I awaken, I already have the pieces on board, to answer his, right? And also at a certain point too, in this matchup too, I just position myself to also try to bait a times 10 because, as I said in the beginning of this match, that card is very, very powerful. And then, which the biggest battle card I have in the deck is the 4-drop. Besides that, everything else gets destroyed by times 10, right? So I want him to use it early as possible. I don't want him to have tempo with it, nor do I want him to have his energy mark open for ultimate sparking. Because again, once you have a white board, they just hit you with that. Not only do they block the swing, but they also get rid of another battle card swing, right? So this could be very, very annoying. So here, he swings with ear. I would assume he thought I was going to block with 10k on board, right? No, I want to guarantee my awakening. I don't want him to pivot and not swing, right? Because I want to just be able to do my play next turn. I don't want to waste energy to play something out to awaken. So here, he decides to burn his times 10, right? Which I said, earlier in this match, that I want to position myself to bait out the times 10 so that way I can get tempo and don't have to worry about another one or also be sparking on the next turn for the crackback. And then for his next turn, if he wants to use a marker, he has to go out of his way now and play something that generates a marker, right? He doesn't no longer get to freely, play whatever he wants. Now he has to play to his win condition, which is making a marker, right? So here, times 10, gets rid of my board, cool. It is what it is. Swings with 30k. I'm not afraid at all. My hand size at this point is really just huge. So compared to the 7, and again, like I said, now the marker is gone. The crackback I knew it was going to be nasty for my opponent. So, tap 1, do your skill, go Kefla, go into Gohan, started swinging at the Bardock, punishing him for turning stuff sideways. And also, I want to bait cards out of his hand, right? Because I also do have a 3-drop Vegeta. So, I already had my plan, already for the turn. So, swing at Bardock, take cards out of his hand. And this is where also, as the opponent and as, us as a player, we have to know whatever color we're playing against, we have to know what they can do with the amount of energy they have open, right? So before you commit to protecting, because once you give 2 cards on the battle card, because sometimes you can just give 1 and then they're going to swing 30 into whatever battle card, it's technically like a pseudo blocker, right? So that's why you get 1. But once you get 2, you probably have to commit, especially with having a smaller hand size than your opponent, right? Because once you have a small hand size in your opponent, you just get a resource. So, here he committed to protecting with all 3 swings. Cool. A good player would probably assume that they have either another Gohan or this card, the 3-drop Vegeta, right? So here was no brainer. Played it out. Used skill when swinging. It got pumped by 20k. Threw a 10 on it. I'm sorry, 30k. Threw a 10 on it. Made it 60 just to guarantee 2 supers or not 3 cards with the super. And then the reason why, just because I wanted to diminish his hand size. But the funny thing enough that when this happened live, it took him like 2 minutes to decide to let it go. Me thinking he had counter, right, to protect it, but now seeing the replay, he had nothing. So it was going to be very costly, even if he did have the counter to protect it, right? So here I just cleared board, Vegeta skill, pop the 5-drop Bardock, and then from here, he just lost all tempo and all momentum. Yes, he has SCR, but I mean, what does that do really? One big battle swing, Power Bros, he stunned something. Ooh, wow, okay, that's cute, with the board, it's really just why it doesn't really matter, like in a small hand size, at this point, all he's basically waiting for is for me to swing it to life and just give him a whole bunch of cards, and that's not going to happen, right? I'm setting myself up with, again, a big enough board to just go all in, like as used to do whoever played Blue, right? But here, going to the 4-drop just to draw. Lucky enough, I saw the God Kame just to get rid of that SCR, because then now I would have to done something else to try to get rid of it. But here, simple, pop, swung lead to draw, and pass. I'm not turning my stuff sideways. I'm not going to give him more cards, let alone take combo from my hand. Oh, technically hand, because it's on board, whatever's. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. So here, he goes into 5-drop. I assume he had something double strike. I didn't think he had to go on, but had assumed he had double strike. But funny enough, since he is going for game here, and he wasn't going to give me a turn, because he was going all in here. Don't know why he popped the Vegeta. He should have popped the 10k, because that was only on 10k he can pop besides the Vegeta and, I'm sorry, only 10k he could pop, and then the only 2 other bad cards he can pop, which was Vegeta and the Gohan, both 5ks. I got technically, he would have got more value popping the 10k. And as you see here, once all the numbers come up for the all-in, that would kind of made a difference, because the only thing I survived is my Gohan, which is 5k, and my SCR in hand, which is 5k, right? So I would have been completely depleted of everything on board and everything in hand besides my only brick. And for the next turn, it would have been a little bit harder to go for game. I honestly probably would have lost, to be honest, just because I don't think I would have enough swings to try to kill him in that turn, let alone enough energy, right? So here I draw into the 4-drop. Swing, he takes it. Say I didn't have Gohan right, which I do. Play out that. Draw 2, which you see what I draw. Swing that, he takes it. So I still only have 2. He still has 2 more life left. And I can only play 1 battle card with 3. And then if I draw a 1, play that out and try to go all in with the 1 drop, right? So I technically wouldn't have this Gohan just because I wouldn't be able to take life, correct? So we play that out. So he was still at 3. And I would be completely tapped from there, because whatever I played out from there, grab back a TOP. Let's see what I can grab back. That's a 1-drop TOP Basil, right? With very small hand size, getting him a super, as you see there, it would just cost me. So it just became easier. He got rid of, I don't know why he got rid of the 5k. Honestly don't, but let this be a lesson to whomever watches this video, and just get rid of the bigger combo. If you don't expect to live next turn anyways, if you're gonna go all in, what does it matter you get rid of a quote unquote more powerful battle card, right? Like maybe he was mad because that card cleared his board, but just get rid of the simple 10k. It's very simple. It's all math. Just get rid of the 10k. It makes it awkward for me. And if I have my supers and whatever, it's a salute, then I just got lucky. That's all it is. When you see supers, you just get lucky. But it's just the simple thing, I guess you could say, that cost us the match, whether it's myself or whomever, basically I'm playing against. It's just, don't get too ahead of yourself. Just go for the simple, the shirt thing, grab the simple 10k, grab whatever. Don't try to get cute and get, so on and so forth. But that was a match. I really sorry for the ramble at the end of this video. But that was a match there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And I do have some more videos coming up. I do have an RL match with Topku into SBO2 Namiku. Let me know if you guys want to see that. It's a very good matchup. I've been testing into that a lot. It's very 50-50. Maybe if the pilot's very good, 60-40, or if it's not so good, it's probably 60-40 in Topku's favor. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you guys want to see that video. And again, thank you for watching, and until next time.